Now, the Bible teaches an economic system of private property and individual responsibility. Private ownership and stewardship, or personal responsibility of property, is assumed to be the design of God throughout the Bible. The commandment, "Thou shalt not steal," specifically implies individual ownership of property. This right to property stems from our duty to work. Proverbs 10:4 says, "Whoever works with a lazy hand becomes poor, but a diligent hand brings riches." The Bible shows that God worked 6 days and then rested. When he completed the work at the end of each day, he looked at his work and said, "This is good." Now, we're made in God's image, and thus we're designed to create, to invent, and to build, to be productive in some way or another. And when we're finished, we too can look at what we've done and feel good. We can be proud of who we are and what we've accomplished. It gives meaning and brings fulfillment to our lives. It's good for us to work diligently. God has designed a world in which the existence of private property encourages people to be responsible and fruitful. It should also be noted that the best use of property to benefit ourselves and to serve others can only occur in a society in which property is privately owned. Because the fact is, men and women who own property will almost always take better care of it than those who don't own property. Publicly owned property destroys a person's sense of responsibility to use his possessions, his time, his talents diligently, because there's no incentive for a hardworking or even selfish or lazy person to treat property wisely. If a man is not personally invested in the property, he simply won't respect it. Now let me explain that a little further. But first, let me ask you this question. Who manages your money better, you or the government? This isn't a trick question. There are 3 ways that something can be purchased. The first way is what we would call a first-party purchase. It's when you purchase something for yourself. Now, if you buy for yourself, you care about both price and quality. So you budget and you shop wisely. You don't want to waste your own money. The second method is the second-party purchase, where you purchase something with your own money, but for someone else, or someone else picks up the tab for you. Now, if you're buying for someone else, you care about price, but not necessarily quality. If someone is buying for you, you care about quality, but not so much about price, because you're not paying for it. It's their treat. Oh, we can order anything on the menu? You're paying? Okay, I'll have the prime rib. You see, you care about quality because you're going to be consuming it, but you don't care about the price. Someone else is paying for it. Now, the last method is the third-party purchase. This is when a person uses someone else's money to buy something for someone else. That person cares a whole lot less about both price and quality. He's paying for products and services that he won't necessarily use, and he's spending someone else's money to buy it. So by this, we see that all government purchases are third-party purchases, which means that waste and overspending are guaranteed. That's why the control of money or property is best kept in the hands of those who have earned it, are personally responsible for it, and are simply closer to it. Another biblical principle is economic competition. No other economic system is grounded upon the core belief that man is sinful by nature. The founders believed this. That was the express purpose for the 3 divided branches of government, to provide checks and balances for each other. Because of this selfish nature of man, the most desirable economic system for the average person is one which protects the rights of individuals from being taken advantage of or bullied by others. In other words, it gives everyone equal opportunity to succeed, not just the nobility, the rich, or the powerful. In short, it should be a just system. If all people were inherently good, no one would steal the property of others. or be so lazy and uninterested in working that they would lay down on the job and force others, like you or me, to have to work harder and longer just to get the work done. But we know that in a real world, people are not inherently good. You'll never find a child who has to be taught to lie or to act selfishly. We actually spend much of our time teaching them not to lie or to be selfish, and often we're not very successful. This taking into account the sin nature of man is found only in Christianity, and it is a fundamental in every way we look at life. So of course, it applies in our view of economics. It's reality, and we want to live in reality.